Hey guys, and welcome back to another Deepwoken video. So, I've seen some of my friends and people with builds that had very bad HP or resistances, the overall state of the build. And I'm just here to basically teach the very basics of how you can min-max your build so your build is actually very viable and just very, very good to use. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get your build from the current state it is to a 511 HP, decent resistance, and good elemental resistance. Of course, these stats can vary. You can get better resistance and maybe a bit lower health, or higher health and higher resistance. This can depend on your build, the cards you pick, and just everything in place. So anyhow, this video should basically cover the basics of min-maxing. I'm not the best Deepwoken player, but I know how to min-max my builds pretty well. So let's start off with the talents. You might be missing really good talents that might have been crucial to your build, or just some that is very good and convenient to have. What I mean by this is this. So, for example, this build is an intelligence build, right? I have also swords chemists, right? So what I mean by crucial is that swords chemist is a requirement of 75 intelligence, right? So I need to have that to be able to get this oath, right? So what I mean by crucial is things that you need to have, like you have no choice, you can't replace, you need to have that. So that's a really good example. And then stuff that I would say is very good for builds that you definitely would also consider definitely getting is, since I'm a swords chemist, right, I rely on potions and alchemy. Therefore I need to go for potion talents like placebo effect. The more intelligence you get, the more you'll see my point of like things like potion quiver and just a lot of other good potion talents that I've got. Some talents that you definitely want to get that could be good for your build, obviously, is since I'm running a sword chemist and I have high intelligence and all that, I'm basically going to aim for talents like apothecary, things like potion quaver, placebo effect, any really good potion talents. There isn't too much potion talents, but make sure to get them all, they're all really good. And a lot of intelligent talent like overflowing dam, perfect flash. This other talent with intelligence that's like called ever changing ages. I'm gonna be honest, don't get that talent, it's really bad to be honest. But you can get it if you want, it's just I personally don't like it. Just a side note. I also forgot to mention this, but it is quite important. So basically, if you have talents that you need to get before Shrine, and you do not get them, then you need to make sure you use knowledge to get them, even if you have to use a Moon's Eye, because a lot of the times it's very important talents, and you're not going to be able to get them after Shrining. If you're able to, like if you get like 65 agility, then after Shrine you'll have like, say, around 40 or something like that. If you're getting Ghost after anyways, then that's fine. But if you can't get it after, you need to get it before, because otherwise you will not be able to get the talents after, and you might as well wipe your build. And along with having convenient and crucial talents, you may also have talents that are completely useless to your build, and so instead of that, you can use 5 knowledge at the Shrine of Chance, which is located in Fort Merit, or in the depths where Yunshul is. And before I continue on about using knowledge, because it is a big part of min-maxing, you may be asking, how can I get so much knowledge, or how do I have so much knowledge, because I've got like 54, right? And the answer is to grind for a relic called the Moon's Eye. So the Moon's Eye upon usage gives you 100 knowledge. 9 times out of 10 it is pretty crucial to get this relic and use it on your build that you want to min-max, because it's not very easy to get knowledge unless you're doing an Etheron run and you just do like medallions for knowledge. But if you don't want to do Etheron, you don't want to do all that, I would just suggest grinding Diluvian, Hell Mode, even Crypt of the Unbroken or Random Depths Chest, which is like the most unlikely chance to get a Moon's Eye. Also, when you're making builds, you need to take priority on the cards you need, not the cards that look the coolest, right? So a good example is this. I would obviously take Ether Overdrive, except of, let's say, Impervious Slumber, right? That's like a way better talent, and it's way more useful, and it's obviously crucial for the build. But say in instances, right, you're about to shrine, but you're missing talents. That's when you want to use a Moon's Eye, right? Because you need to get these talents. And just to note, when you like roll talents, only rares can roll other rares, so make sure you remember that. But legendaries and commons, those can roll each other, that's fine. Okay, so moving on to mantras now. So not much to say about this, except with knowledge yet again, so you also need knowledge to swatch mantras. So it costs around 5 knowledge, and it also costs a mantra that you don't want to switch for another mantra. And to basically shrine your mantras for another one, the shrine is called the Shrine of Temptation. It's located at Crypto the Unbroken and again at Yonchul. So now you should get the general idea of everything from talents, mantras. Now let's talk about the fun and important part of the video, your build's final and total stats. This includes your resistances, as you can see resistances, and this is all the resistances that you can get, and your total health, your total, you can't really see it, hold on, let me try to just move it, your total ether, your total tempo, and your total posture. So this is probably one of the parts that people struggle the most when making a build, and it is kind of hard to explain, obviously min-maxing, but I'm going to do my best to just basically explain how, and just how you want your stats, how you want your health, resistances. This is actually very important because it will determine how tanky your build will be and your survivability rate in ganks and the fight, in literally everything. So, as you can see, my health is 511. That is actually easily achievable and it is very good health. So the ideal health is 500, but if you're like 490, that is fine. Alright. The lower your health is, though, I'm just saying, the lower your health is, you gotta make it up with resistances, right? So 30% resistances should be like the minimum you wanna go, right? And for elemental, it's a lot easier to get more elemental to be fair than physical, a lot of the times anyways, right? Like I've got 37 resistances on my like physical on a really good build that has like 10% physical, so it really does like differ. And elemental, as you can see, also matters. Obviously you're gonna get them good stats, and your tempo is just like this, so that when you want to vent and stuff, it's important to have good tempo, but you know, it's pretty easy to get good tempo either way. So posture, you also want to get good posture. I'd say 20 posture is alright, I could probably go for more, but 30 posture is like pretty ideal still, you know. The higher it is, the better at times, but obviously you want it to still be balanced. And the ether, ether always depends, honestly. Ether does always depend. You have high ether, it's good, especially when you're a mage build or a mantra related build. And so now that I've covered just stats in general, now I'm going to talk about how to obtain these stats, how to get these stats. So I'm going to go over through all of my inventory just to show you guys. So I've got 4 rings, right? One of them is 7 HP and 1 DVM, 7 HP and other stuff, 6 HP and other stuff. 6, 7 HP is good. 8 and 9 HP rings are god roll, but they're very good to get. I would advise getting rings at Ferryman, by the way, because that's the best way to get good rings. And 7 HP. I got all these from Ferryman yet again. So now, to be fair, with earrings, there's really the best you're gonna get like 2 health, so don't worry too much about earrings. Same with this, I really don't have one on, but it doesn't make a difference because again, the earrings and the face stuff is really, it's not gonna give you much in general. It's not crazy, it's not like beneficial, it's not needed. What is needed is your helmet, your your arm in general, your boots, and your neck accessory. So I've actually smelted it. I don't know if the Master Medallion of this one like still applies, but as you can see, I've got 13 HP. That is god roll health for a neck item, but that is still a lot, alright? That is how you can get extra health just easily like that, unless you want to put a medallion and whatnot. I'm not sure if smelting works yet again, but it doesn't matter too much. You can just choose between a medallion or extra HP. So here, as you can see, it says smelted from, as you can see, it says Iron Sink Heavy Plate. This is because I smelted it from this NPC in the guild base that you can basically talk to him and basically ask, I'd like to merge 2 items together. You then select the item you want with the stats wise of it, and then you want to select the item you have, which is a drip wise. So I smelted it because I wanted this to be my drip, right? So I basically got to keep really good stats, as you can see, 17 HP. Iron Sting Arm is just a part of the talent, plus 12 ether, plus 4 DVM, and 6 physical armor. So, just by breaking this down, I've got 17 HP, that's good. I've got 4 DVM, it's not a PvE, so it doesn't matter too much, but it will be good if I fight in the, just fight random mobs, and 6 physical, which is not bad at all. So, what am I lacking here? I'm lacking maybe some extra health, because why not? I'm also lacking elemental resistance, elemental armor. So let's see my other items. So I've got a lot more health than this, obviously. I've got like 19 health and 22 ether. So here we've got some pretty good ether and a lot, a lot more health. So that's pretty good. Okay, and there is obviously a chance in this build I don't have much elemental armor, as you can see. I've only got like 1% elemental armor plus, which is not too good. But my physical at least my physical is good, at least my health is good, You can't always get everything perfect, this just goes to show. But you will be fine as long as you are, tanky on something, right? You got good physical, maybe bad elemental, your build can still work. But if possible, you might want to get like more elemental armor, right? So I would maybe work on more elemental armor. Maybe get some mask stuff with more elemental, Just focus on elemental, because I don't need more health. I don't need more physical. I'm good with ether. So what I want to work on maybe is elemental. Just an example, so that you guys understand. If you guys want a quick tip of priority, I would maybe go for physical instead of elemental. Like go more physical, just because physical mostly applies to M1s, and how people can have like these sun heart brain dead slash, and those builds, like just those really brain dead M1 builds and that in general, and how M1s will mostly what you're gonna be hit by, right? Unless you're fighting a guy that just spams mantras, and that's something else, But a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10 again, you are going to encounter people that will M1 you more, which is where physical armor comes into place. So overall, this might have been pretty confusing. I do apologize, but it's it's a pretty complicated topic. It's not very easy to cover all of it and to be exact and precise. But if you guys have a question, if you specifically have a question, like there might be something that you just don't understand, you can always just feel free to comment. I'll reply with what I know. I hope this helped, by the way, because I know a lot of my friends needed this. And yeah, if this helps you, like and sub. And so yeah, without anything else to say about this, I think I've covered pretty much everything. And yeah, that's gonna be all. And I'll see you guys next time.